And then I crush it, tell my girl why I'm so bold. Until she trusts it. I'm like the world inside a snow globe. Rap for the memory.
You ever think about dating with no kids? Like, if you're in your mid-40s and you don't have kids and your potential mate doesn't have kids, not older kids that left, not that, no kids. How does that look? How does it look? And I think, so we have a friend that's 43 and her guy's, let's say 45, I don't know, mid-40s. And the comment was made, well, she wears red bottoms because her guy makes a lot of money. And I kept thinking, how does that translate? What investment would I give a woman at 45 if I had no kids and she had no kids and we didn't have the potential to have children, right? We're getting older. This is probably our lifestyle. We met later. We didn't meet at 20 and then, we met now, 45. And I have a house and I have a car and I have a bank account, all the things that we want to establish as adults. And she has all those things. So what level of love, what level of investment would it take for me to decide to move her in or for me to move there or for us to buy a house? Do I move around my assets in order to get into something together? What's our goal for life? And the whole idea is just foreign, right? So everybody that I hang out with got some sort of kids, young kids, old kids, multiple kids, kids from two different relationships, all sorts of kids. And so they're always doing kid things, right? You always have a little bit of money and then the kid has an activity and then that little money you were going to spend on something cool for you, it goes to something great for them that you don't get to participate in except for sitting on the sidelines. So you spend $2,000 for the club travel sports team, but you get a comfortable chair, the fold out ones with and you feel like, hey, I win. I deserve this $60 chair for the $2,500 that I spent, on this, plus the cleats and the tools and the shoes and whatever else it is that they need. And that's how you live your life. And so then I started thinking, if I were all by myself and she was all by herself, would I buy her those shoes? Would I buy her these expensive heels just as the gift? Or would I think my life is great and you're like an accessory to it? I don't know, right? And I think like when you're in your 20s, it's not the same because the idea is there's potential. Hey, we're dating, we don't have much, but maybe we'll have kids. So I have to see you as a potential life partner. I have to see you as the potential for moving forward in my life, for having children and grandchildren and building a house and building a life and getting a career. But once you've already established those things, or once you're past where the opportunity arises for you to have kids, how do you date? What do you do? Is it casual? Do you just get a key to her house? Do you move in and act like a family? Do you go to your nephew's games? Do you consider adoption? I have no idea. Obviously, it's different for every couple. That's obvious. But what we realized is you have no clue what the world looks like without kids. You have no clue because everything you do, even your daydreams, even your ideas of this is what I want to do for my life, they're wrapped up in, well, this is what I have to do for my kids. This is what I want to do for my kids, right? And I think that it's such a funny existence to live in this bubble of parenthood and everybody that you're into, most of the friends, it's because their kid plays on your kid's team, unless they're friends from beyond, but you always make these friends and then you wonder, well, what happens when the kids graduate? Do I still want to know you? Do I still interact with you? Do I see you at the store? Hey, remember when? Or are they real friends and you continue on out? I'm sure there's different levels, but I wanted Porsche 911, rear wheel drive. So you can slide that thing all over the place. That's what I want. It's got 2 seats and then in the back, it technically has 2 seats and it got 2 seats in the back. That's what I wanted, stick shift, black. Nice, right? I can afford that. Who's going to sit in the back? And where am I going to put a baseball bag and this long lacrosse stick? Lacrosse stick's like 5.5, 6 feet long. Where am I going to put all that stuff? And that's the consideration. And so if I want the Porsche, I first have to buy something else. And everybody's going through it. I bought a Subaru. It's got all-wheel drive for the snow. It's got 4 doors, got heated seats. And my thought process was, when the 14-year-old is 16, she can have this car, and then I'll upgrade to something different. It's a stable car. It's reliable. It's not sexy. It's a good car, though. It's a great car, right? And so the 12-year-old walks up and goes, oh, this is a nice car. We got a new car, but you haven't chosen it. You haven't paid for it. You don't do anything. We got a new car. That's what he said. Then he tells his friends, hey, guys, come check out the new car we got. Because that's how he sees life. And the truth is, it is a we car. Because if it was a me car, it'd be a 2-seater stick shift rear wheel drive, spinny, fast car. But it's not. Because that's my life. Now, our friends that are 40 that are dating, whatever, that couple that I was talking about previous, do they just get the Porsche? They don't even consider rear heated seats for the winter for the kids that are going to be in the back. They don't even consider, does this have a nice roof line that I can put a roof box on so I can put extra storage for the extra baseball bags, for the extra kids that I'm going to have to bring to my house to feed extra food to? Do they even consider that? No, they don't. But everybody that's in my circle does. I got another buddy, got a Mustang, loves this Mustang. It's a beautiful car, beautiful car. His kid turns 16. He's not going to give him the Mustang. That's crazy. So what he does is take the Mustang and he either sold it or traded it in. He gets rid of it and he gets 2 cars. He gets a Chevy Cruze and a Jeep Wrangler. He gets a Chevy Cruze for the 16-year-old, reliable, good on gas, nice car. He gets himself a Jeep Wrangler. Jeep Wrangler is not the same as a Mustang, not even close. But it's something he can tinker with. It's something that he feels like he sort of won. But it's got 4 seats. So when you got to take your 12-year-old places, you can fit him in and a couple friends. And that's the consideration, right? That's the thought process that we all have in this era. That's the parental thought process. And it's impossible for you to separate that once you've jumped into it. It's impossible for you to even fathom. We had a whole conversation about what it looks like when you're just dating and you don't have any kids. How much time do you have? And then you think you're busy. You people out there, you think you're busy. You're not busy. You're not busy at all. A whole conversation, and everybody, all the parents laugh because none of us can fathom not having that extra time and financial commitment when you have children. When I was a younger man, I had some Chuck Taylors. And if you wear Chuck Taylors, especially the low tops, and you wear jeans, the jeans will typically slide up underneath the Chuck Taylors in the back because they're not thick enough, yada, yada, yada. And my genius idea was to put Velcro strips on the back of my Chucks and then hot glue the matching Velcro strip to the back of the jeans. That way, the jeans would stick to the Chucks. Great idea. I go to the locker room at work. I present this idea to my buddies. Hey, check this out. No slip jeans. It's amazing. And my one friend says to me, you can tell this motherfucker ain't got no kids. Because who has time to Velcro their jeans to their shoes? And we all laughed. And I thought, yeah, you're right. I don't have kids, but look how cool my jeans are. Now, I realize what he meant. Who has time to do that when you have to go to this practice and that practice and counsel about this boyfriend and what about this girl and do we have the lunch money and did you do your homework and all of these different things. And I think it's important for us to realize that that's the life that we're in. Good or bad, there's value to it, but that's what it is. And you can't really relate or fathom or understand what it's like to do something else. It doesn't make it wrong. Right? It's fine. You're dating in your 40s with no kids. We can there's common ground. We can be friends. But it's definitely one of those existences that's foreign to me and I would have to learn. And so that translates into, you really think that you're going to leave your partner in your early 50s and get out here in the dating world One, you don't know what you're doing. Two, she likes you because you used to be hot. You don't look like that anymore. Three, now you're the old dude in the club. Four, you have no clue how to not factor in these kids and how to manage your free time like these permanently single, no children people. You have no clue how to do it. And 5 or B or wherever I was, there's a plethora of reasons why it's probably not a good idea. If you need to get divorced, go ahead, but don't believe that you're just going to pick up where you left off. Whenever you got married at 27 or 28, whenever you started having these kids, that you're going to go right back to that spot and take off in a different direction. You're not. You're not. You're not. Anyway, as always, they'll change you if you let them. Have a great day.
Might address this long road to defeat. So my quest is find a hero in the mirror, then arrest his dreams and his ego. He defenseless. Say the party for the guest list. Ain't nobody wanna test this. It's my illusion when my chest is feeling low and deflated and defeated where I hide.